And we're back.
Hello.
We have been having a lot of fun pre-recording.
Woo!
And
Uh,
I'm pizza.
Again.
yes, we indeed have pizza again for this week. All right, so
I'm hungry.
it's okay. I'm just messing around. So we've got the three of us for right now, and some more people will be joining us as time goes on. But we just wanted to keep going because, as I've told everyone, we need to clear Carl's route as soon as possible because the other routes, we're starting to get to a point where we're hitting like a point where I'm like, oh, we really need to play all of it through in one go. So I'm trying to make sure we get through Carl's first, then do Leo, TJ third, Flynn fourth, and then Jenna as the finale. Though that does remind me, we have actually technically a lot of space to record for TJ, Sam, so if you ever want to be the lead...
Sure.
I'm just messing around. Either way. I open my eyes slowly. The pressure in my head tells me I didn't get nearly enough sleep. Not really a surprise, considering we were both up until 3. And our own ghost adventure a few hours later didn't help things. I hear the doorbell and realize that that's what had woken me up. Groaning, I reach under my pillow and feel around for a few seconds before I find my phone. The lump that is Carl under the blankets near my feet doesn't even budge. That was the cool thing about having Carl as a roommate. He slept like a rock. I did pretty much anything I wanted to, and didn't have to worry about him reporting me to the RA. Even sometimes off. That only happened a few times, though. God, Chase.
See, things like that made me go, Chase, why?
I mean, I've heard about that type of crap, like in like college comedy movies. I don't know if like people actually do that for real. I've never had a roommate, so I've never had to find out.
Wait, what were we finding out again?
Here, I'll remind. Things about reporting to the RA.
Yeah. Oh, well, I had a roommate that was literally having while I was sleeping in the middle of the night with somebody, so, you know.
Okay, so yeah, no, that stuff probably
it does
happens.
happen. It does.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, for Chase, that only happened a few times, though. The rabbit I'm rooming with now is a different story. Again, the doorbell. I glance at my phone. 10 a.m. I also noticed I have 5 texts and 2 calls. Who wants to be Leo?
I guess I will.
Okay. Do your best DJ impersonating Leo impression.
I'll try. Hey. Sorry, hey.
Oh,
On my way
God.
to Carl's hoist for surprise party.
Leo, are you okay?
I went out drinking last night. Don't worry, no biggie.
Okay, as long as you didn't, like, drink, I don't know, 10 beers in one go.
Shut up.
Chuk.
Make sure you're ready. Hello?
That sounds like the reverse of a surprise party. I look down, then nudge some part of Carl with my foot. Judging by the thickness and consistency, I'm pretty sure it's his ass. He grunts.
What?
I think someone's at the door. He doesn't say anything, and a few seconds later, his guttural snores start up again. This time, I really dig my foot in, and he yelps loudly, sitting up so fast his horns bang against the wall. He squints against the sunlight pouring in, between the blinds, which turn his emerald eyes into almost a mint green. He raises up a paw to block the light, and looks at me, frowning.
What the hell's that?
The doorbell goes off again. Door. Carl blinks at me, then slumps back down on his pillow, waving a paw lazily in the air.
Let it ring, they'll go away eventually.
Huh? Are you sure? He flops his paw around again.
Oh, shit, trust me. They see this house and make a beeline. No one knows business.
Carl, you're eating your pillow. That's not pizza.
It tastes like it.
I sigh, looking back down at my phone. Oh, look, Leo texted me. That's probably him at the door. I guess my tone of surprise was a little too fake because Carl sits up and eyes me suspiciously.
Well, you can go ahead and answer it. You're allowed to touch my door.
I sigh a little harder this time. Damn it, Carl. Fine. They're planning a surprise birthday party for you, so go down there, answer the door, and act surprised.
What?
But Carl's not just confused, he looks genuinely upset. He leans into the corner and pulls up the blanket, like he's preparing to ward off the boogeyman.
My birthday isn't until next month.
I pause, watching him. I know, but we didn't have much to do, so Leo thought. I slide off the bed and start pulling on my jeans and a shirt. Come on.
Come on.
What?
Ugh.
Carl, are you okay?
No. What?
I think that pillow's not agreeing with you. Come on, I'll go down with you. Carl covers his face and rubs hard, the short fur on his muzzle bristling out in little spikes around his fingers.
I just wanted to relax today, you know?
Isn't that every day for you? I laugh to lighten the jab, but Carl just frowns.
Well, not with you.
I'm starting to wonder if all this isolation has worsened Carl's issues, if he really has gotten the help he needs. That all this hiding out has just blanketed the problem and let it fester underneath. We can relax. We're all friends here, Carl. Come on. I pick up his clothes left on the floor from yesterday and toss them at him. I'm at least relieved to see him putting them on, even if it's reluctant. My phone buzzes a few more times, but I ignore it and patiently wait for Carl to finish getting dressed. I think this will be a lot of fun. He doesn't say anything as he slowly rolls off the bed and pulls on his shorts. I guess it's just in general everyone's saying that one. Surprise! Sam, you just cut out.
Surprise!
Alright.
Surprise.
Happy not really your fucking birthday, bitch!
Oh, hey, it's Stacy.
Might as well be Flynn. As I open the door, a blast of confetti hits my face, along with a loud pop that leaves my ears ringing. Sam, you should probably be Jenna for now.
Yeah. TJ, not in the face. Sorry.
I slowly pull the papery strings of confetti off from around my ears as the smell of fireworks stings my nose. Where the fuck's Carl? I look behind me and step over to the side a bit, revealing Carl, who's got his arms folded tightly, head dipped.
Good thing I didn't answer the door, huh? Happy birthday.
Leo bustles in, carrying 2 bags. Jenna follows, carrying medium-sized cylindrical cake. Wait, yeah, I guess that is it. Carrying medium-sized cylindrical cake covered in white frosting. Carl perks a bit when he sees this, his long ears bouncing.
Hey, is that red velvet? Oh my fucking god, the player loves red velvet in actuality.
It's Andrew!
Andrew! Sorry,
It's
Andrew.
not that we don't like it, it's just YouTube does not.
Oh, right, and because I'm gonna be so perfectly pitched that it's gonna
They
match
don't
the
care.
algorithm.
They don't care.
I just don't want to give them any fodder or ammunition.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure Webster is copyrighted, so there's no escape. You're speaking the Webster language,
Am
Oh my-
I?
Alan.
Are you talking about like just words in general? Because if so, I'm calling bullshit on that.
Hey, Apple tried to copyright the word apple.
Yeah,
And
and
I'm
the Fine
pretty
Bros
sure
tried
it
to
was
copyright
first-
the word react. It didn't work out well for them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Apple, the first usage of it was Genesis, or so I've been told. I haven't read that.
Either way,
Anyways.
welcome to Echo, Andrew. We're actually
Hi.
recording this time.
Well, anyways, yeah, I'm putting together new 3D printers, so I'll chime in when you need to tell me to. Otherwise, I'm... socializing is hard tonight, okay? I had to push myself to do this. Don't test
Okay,
me.
it's all good.
That's fine.
Is there
It
a
better be.
character that you want to try and voice until the
Excuse
normal
you.
voice comes up?
Same one I did last time. Lizard person.
Oh, okay, Flynn.
Flynn?
Okay.
Yeah. I can just do my voice, because obviously I'm the asshole sarcastic one who has a sarcasm problem and can't fucking turn it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm right.
Either way, Jenna, you're up.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Flynn said that's your favorite. Storm made, though. I would have made it myself if Leo had more notes in advance.
Leo? Matt?
What?
I love how much of a mess this is.
It's a big mess.
Hey, I just came up with this like 2 days ago.
Flynn engages Carl with some fake punches, while Leo sets his bags down on the table before turning to me with his voice low.
Just so you know, your gift is a horn band.
Okay, so is everything alright? With Flynn, I mean. Leo glances over at the lizard, quirking the corner. Oh yeah, I guess it is quirking. That is a weird word. Quirking the corner of his mouth up towards his ears.
Yeah, I think so. It will take a bit of time for him to settle down, but he already sorta apologized while you were gone. So that's a start at least. Yeah?
I exhale. Okay.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah?
I got a vision of like this wolf bro Leo
Mm-hmm.
who still has the bracelet, or so says the meme, twerking, but he's like staring into the camera with like, you know, doing a weird smile.
Honestly,
Quirking and twerking.
the thing is, Leo probably would twerk if he thought that it would win over Chase.
Oh.
Leo is very, very interested in trying to get Chase back to him. Either way, let's go ahead and get back to this. Jenna?
Carl, where are your plates?
All in the
The-
dishwasher. All of
the-
them.
The cupboard, second door over.
Wait a minute, they're all dirty in the sink.
Now that Flynn's not shoving him around, Carl's standing awkwardly next to the table, paws fidgeting.
So, why are we doing this? I mean, it's not until next month.
Leo shrugs, frowning.
We just wanted to do something, really. I mean, there's not much to do, you know?
You have candles anywhere, Carl?
No. No, I don't think so.
Hey, who just joined?
The two married couple.
Hello.
Yes,
Steve.
yes, TJ, please take Leo back. I don't want him.
DJ,
Oh,
DJ,
wait, you be a dick.
DJ.
No, it's TJ. Remember, everything's too not safe for work for TJ.
I am an innocent, adorable person sometimes. When I'm not, like,
Wow. Okay.
when I'm not like rolling in like sex jokes. I have two gears. Innocent, adorable, don't know what I'm saying, and like, it's late at night, I've lost my filter, just sex joke after sex joke after sex joke.
You've had exactly one beer. Oh my. Ooh la la.
Two in fairness.
Alright, that means all that's left is for Seb. But in the meantime, that means we have an Andrew to act as Flynn.
What was I? Oh right. I was slightly sassy. What's up, man? Haven't had your morning joint yet. Lighten up.
Flynn snatches up one of Carl's horns and wobbles his head around.
These are your handlebars.
While it's something Flynn did
Woof.
Carl in the past a lot, the taboo act of grabbing someone's horn almost makes me gasp out loud.
Stoop.
No, it's Carl.
Oh, bummer. Alright, they're color-coded so I don't have to memorize names.
I mean, you probably should remember a name.
Nah.
No, everyone's TJ, remember?
I mean, according to DJ, everyone's TJ, including himself.
Uh-huh.
Matt?
What? Stop.
I swear to God, Matt.
I'm improvising in some way.
Like, you sound like you've always fallen asleep.
Look, I get it, because I fell asleep at work last night for like half an hour. I get it.
Wish I could fall asleep at work.
I don't really do much. I just make sure my individuals don't die in the middle of the night. That's pretty much it.
That's fine.
I mean, I do the same thing, but in the middle of the day.
There you go.
Do you? Is that what the-
I teach first graders. Yes,
I mean-
that's exactly what we do. We make sure they don't die in the middle of the day, and we're good.
You do other
You-
things besides that.
do they have, like, nap break or something?
Oh gosh,
They're
no.
first graders.
Okay, fine, because I didn't even get nap break in kindergarten or preschool or pre-preschool.
We don't give it in kindergarten, but preschool we do.
Yeah,
That
although
is so weird.
I'd say, yeah, kindergarten. I think there were some that would do that, but I think it kind of depended on who was your teacher. So I know
Was the teacher hungover yet?
Woof.
Too much?
I've never seen a teacher get hungover. I have seen a lot of teachers be very drunk on Friday nights.
Oh, this is gonna
Well,
be a
that's
fun
also-
episode for me to try and edit later.
That's also... hey, come on. That's
I was not
Friday
talking,
night.
I'll be clear, I was not talking about my specific coworkers so much as teachers in general.
Hey, no, it's a small world. And also I've been running into, like, customers like, hey, there's a thing I signed an NDA to work on at the last place I worked for, and oops. The machine was really fun. It's fat silicone all over the place. Oops, I can't talk about that. But, I mean, there's a dotted line that made this thing. Glad to see it still works.
That's funny.
Small world.
So,
Fuck.
plot-wise, unless I'm mistaken, so we hung out with Carl last night.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
We got that freaking terrifying I heard things. The two of us freaked out together. Everyone was scared. We went back to sleep, and then in the morning I assume this is Leo showing up and being like, "Hi, happy birthday."
Yep, happy birth, miss.
He just screams. Just screams a lot.
I mean, Leo seems like he would be the type to scream if he wanted to get attention, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I bet he was like a child that yelled for attention in kindergarten.
I mean, no words. He just screams. Or get
Oh my
kicked.
god, he is. He's the like kid that insists on getting the teacher's attention at all times.
Totally guilty of doing that. As an adult, I felt shame in my moments on the toilet when my mind wanders.
As an adult, I want to go back in time and go, "Oh my gosh, teacher, can I just let you know I'm so sorry. I'm so very, very sorry."
How many instances? Well, okay. On the flip side, how many instances do you just want to be like, stop, just like, and just take the chalk out of their hands and start doing their job better for them?
Very rarely.
Oh, okay.
I had a lot of really good teachers, and in some instances, it's actually given me a lot of empathy for the teachers that I could not stand. So I look
I
back
had
at
a
those
teacher
teachers and I'm
who-
like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Who threw chalk and the eraser at you if you weren't paying attention to him. He was
Ooh,
my
I
band
should do
director.
that.
He was my band director.
And you loved him, right? I should do that thing.
I adored Mr. Smith.
Yeah, no,
There we
my
go.
band director secretly hated me because my dad pissed him off. So, 4 years, he just fucking hated my guts. Cool.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Yep.
yep, back to the story.
Anyways.
All right.
Is everyone actually ready?
No.
Yes.
Okay, well, there we go. I'm just gonna go back to checking my news feed.
I need more Twitter in my bloodstream. There's too much blood in my tweet stream.
Alright, for real though. Carl shoves Flynn off and smooths his beanie down.
Well, I guess we'll have to skip the candles. I told you we should have bought some, Leo.
Leo throws his arms out in a shrug.
What? Sue me. I thought they'd have everything we need in this mansion.
TJ?
Oh, sorry. I didn't see me on screen, so I was like, eh.
You know, he's
You
there.
become me.
Already dead on the outside.
No kidding. You know how places you haven't been to since you were a little look smaller when you visit as an adult?
TJ's eyes scan the tall ceiling.
This place still looks giant.
Sure, Teach.
Carl huffs out of breath.
Why didn't you guys tell me? I still need to take a shower.
Flynn?
Flynn's not
Quit being such a
here.
pussy. You always smell like skunk. Skunks don't smell. Only their enemies do. Ha, lol. Now eat some cake.
Flynn grabs up the knife while Jenna sets out the plates. The frosting is so thick it practically absorbs the knife. I haven't had cake for breakfast since, like, your last birthday party, Carl. Carl doesn't say anything, instead sitting at the end of the table, paws in his pockets.
You guys sure slept in. What were you doing all night?
I wait to see if Carl is going to say anything. When it's clear he isn't, I chime in. Video games, mostly, and a movie.
Fun. It's something we could all have done together, though.
Maybe for people who don't have a job to go to the next day.
I don't think that was a personal dig at Carl, but I don't miss the downward flick of his ears. Flynn plops down a thick slice of cake onto Carl's plate, the inch-deep frosting making a splatting sound.
Maybe we should just stick it. First I read that as Dookie and it just didn't seem right. Maybe we should just stick a doobie in there and light it, huh?
Carl, who had perked up at the sight of cake, shrinks back down with a frown.
Just a
TJ.
small... let's go. Now you messed up my flow. Ugh. You threw off my groove.
I ruined the method actor.
Yes, you
I'm
did.
sorry, but you threw off Sam's groove. Sorry.
Just a small slice, please.
Flynn eyes TJ, who is holding out his plate, and positions the knife.
Smaller, please.
Oh my god, loosen up. You're on vacation!
Flynn starts cutting the slice even bigger than Carl's was.
Hey!
Flynn.
She says it quietly, but the chill in her voice is clear, and so is the fact that things aren't completely okay. Flynn grunts, then cuts the cake again, this time with a slice that's just an inch wide.
Oh, they're using Imperial in Furry World. That good?
Yeah, that's fine. Thanks.
Yeah, to give you some clarification, Andrew, this is taking place in a alternate version of the United States, so yeah, they would have the imperial system there.
Alas.
Yeah. I do all my engineering in metric. Anything larger than than 12 feet, I switch to metric, or faster than a mile an hour. No, sorry. Faster than 100,000 miles an hour, I switch to metric. Or smaller than an inch, I switch to metric. It's been a hard, rough road. Oh.
Yeah, when it comes to basically this game, Echo takes place in maybe a parallel version of Utah. It could also be Arizona, depending.
I was getting Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico vibes pretty strong.
That's the other thing. But the thing is, it is based around like that for its location, but it's also based around Utah as well, because the real Echo that this game is based on is Echo, Utah. There's also a lot of talk about Mormons and everything, and that's a pretty big Utah thing, thanks to Salt Lake City.
Yeah, this was probably just my aunts and uncles, but Arizona was just pretty Christian.
That's kind of a lot of the South in general, though depending on which state you're in, that gets you a different denomination. Like where I grew up in northern Texas, it was pretty heavy Baptist.
Episcopalian there.
Ah.
Okay. E-axis assembly.
TJ moves away to sit down, and the warm glow of our little get-together chills. But Leo chips in with a laugh.
Make sure Chase gets a real big chunk. He's getting way too skinny.
I don't argue, and Flynn slaps down a large slice on my plate, the little notch in the center where he tried to cut TJ's.
Slap.
I sit in the vacant seat next to Carl, where he's resting a cheek in his paw, methodically shoveling the cake in his maw. Everything okay?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everything's good.
I'm about to ask more, but Flynn points across the table at us.
Hey, Leo. Want to tell them about what we saw on the way here?
Oh God, no.
So do you guys remember what they see on Wednesday on the way to Carl's house?
I'm pretty sure I do. Do you remember, Dietrich?
What's her name?
No, don't spoil it yet.
All right, because this hasn't happened in the other routes.
It has.
Route,
it happened in one other route, and it's happened in this route. It's just that Chase wasn't there to witness it. So
Correct, and this is actually the only route so far where we actually get to see Carl on his birthday party.
I look at
In
the
some ways, this is actually the nicest route to everyone so far. They're actually all together as a group.
Mm-hmm.
They're vaguely happy, though there's a lot of tension.
There's a lot of tension going on.
I look at Leo inquisitively, and even Carl's ears perk up a little bit. What? Leo purses his lips, like he's trying to decide whether or not to tell us.
Now might not be the best time.
Pussy.
Flynn rolls his
I mean,
eyes.
basically.
Flynn.
Sorry, I was pulling parts out of a bag.
I understand.
Screw it. Screw it. You know Janice?
The waitress?
Yeah. The method... I'm trying to understand the sentence is all.
The methed out one.
Oh, methed. I read that as
I
method.
remember now.
Yeah, the methed out one at the diner.
Come on, Flynn.
Well, anyways, we're driving up Main Street toward the field, you know, with rusted barbed wire and stuff.
TJ's hiding his face with a paw as he stares down hard at his cake. Uh-huh.
Well, when we turned around the bend, we saw Janice.
He's pausing for effect, and it's getting annoying. Okay, what happened?
Well, she's all crouched over, staring at the road, and Leo starts driving up to her.
I thought she was having, like, a heart attack or something.
Yeah, well, as we get closer, we saw that her pants were down.
I recoil a little, not having expected that at all. What?
Yeah, and we pulled up next to her. She just grinned at us and then...
Flynn snorts out a laugh, covering his face, like he still can't believe what happened.
Oh, sorry. Can we please not talk about this? It just makes me feel awful.
What?
She,
It's unusual to see Flynn at a loss for words.
well, she just started pissing.
What? Why?
I don't know, she just smiled at us and started pissing. Heard it at first and then looked down and saw it and then they hit the gas.
Flynn sits back, done with his story, not exactly looking pleased with himself. I furrow my brow in confusion. Janice? She was one of the more well-adjusted people living in this town. Leo lets out a cough in the awkward silence.
I'm still trying to figure out exactly what happened. Like, maybe we missed something? Either way, she seemed fine a few days ago.
Well, now I have more reason to never go into that diner again.
We sit there awkwardly. I notice Carl's still staring down at his now empty plate. I still can't figure out why Carl's been so quiet, but I see an opportunity to get him to talk. And change the subject. Hey, didn't we have some weird stuff happen, Carl? Carl looks up at me.
Uh-huh.
You know, the sounds we were hearing.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of sounds?
Like bumping sounds and voices.
That sounds creepy.
Yeah, and Carl just charged down there, like he wasn't even scared.
That seems dangerous.
Carl finally gives a little smile.
Well, having a hard head can make you act crazy sometimes.
So, did you find anything?
No, we're not sure what it was.
I'd watch out. Sounds like you got a pair of hobos banging out in your basement.
As we eat, Jenna leans over and starts pulling out presents from one of the bags.
Sorry, Carl. We didn't even have time to wrap these up.
It's fine.
She pulls out a comic book from TJ, a poster from Leo, and a manga from herself.
I know you hate these things, but I think you should give it a chance.
I'll take a look. Thanks.
Is he talking about the book?
Yeah, the manga.
Oh, manga. Okay.
Yeah, he's like a comic purist.
Ah.
Alright. So, now we are back.
And we're back!
Doesn't mean I won't stop talking to them.
And then this horn band from Chase.
What?
I am...
It's basically like a headband, but for horns.
Yeah, I was extremely thinking like, okay, there's nowhere they're talking brass because it's furry, but what if it's just like a whole bunch of rams and they're like punk or something? Oh, please let it be like...
Oh, I would watch that.
That sounds so great.
That sounds so amazingly metal, actually.
Yeah, whole bunch of rams and goats fucking rock... Well, okay, I don't know what you call rocking out if it's metal. I'd have to ask my cousin.
Thrashing.
Rocking out.
Maybe. He'd probably tell me to listen to more humorous pirate metal, and then he'd answer the true question once I understood, or something like that.
I love how they got a present for Chase, even though Chase hasn't been there at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Chase was hanging out with Carl, so...
Yep.
She pulls out an orange and black band from the back. The colors of my school. Carl's former school.
Oh.
Why would you do that?
That's so mean.
So you wanna know who picked that one out?
Probably
Flynn.
Leo, like a dick.
Yeah, no, it was Leo.
I was like, it was between Flynn and Leo.
Flynn actually has his own
No,
present
Flynn is a
that he
different
bought
type
elsewhere.
of dick. Yeah, Flynn is his own type of dick. He's not the same type of dick as Leo.
Yeah, Leo takes whoever he can with him to the mall, and they just hit up various random stores
Sorry,
to
I'm
pick
trying
stuff
to
out.
find phone chargers.
Randall,
Thirsty
come
dick.
here. Okay, I'm gonna go take care of that.
This episode
Why
is
have I
going
not
to be a
purchased
nightmare
a
to
20-foot
edit.
long Apple charge cable yet? I'm a monster.
Is Alan having an...
Oh, cool. So, yeah, I did have internet issues, and this will be a nightmare of an episode to edit. Oh, fuck. I'm just gonna pause. Alright, I'm recording again. I want to hear this conversation.
Call your hentai. When Hannah was saying hitchhiker, it sounded like hentai in my head. And so I made the comment of, Hannah, it sounded like you said hentai, no, you said hitchhiker. And I wasn't calling you a hentai.
And then I said, Hannah, please no context, just say the word hentai to DJ, because he's cleaning.
And then I said, don't do it. It's like your mom saying hentai. It's weird, and I don't want it.
But she said it. She said it with context, but she said it.
Hannah's only played your mom once, Sam.
Oh my
I
god, that is
that much
totally a
older
video
than you.
game. Your mom is totally a video game. There's no way it's not. How have I not played it? Or wanted to see what it was? Oh. Anyways.
I'm just eating now. He seems to be struggling to say something between all these buffalo wings.
The things. I didn't know people still wore these.
Horn bands.
Leo suddenly shifts against the counter, realizing they had to explain my present.
Well, I hear they're making a comeback. We saw a couple of rams on the stag that had like 5 of them on.
Carl glances at me, and I can tell he probably knows I didn't get it for him. Mainly because of the university logo, and also because we made fun of them together a few years ago about how bro-y they were.
Oh my god, that's an analog to like the rubber wristbands people wear that say like live strong and all the other crap.
I don't know if I should feel embarrassed or not, but my cheeks burn anyway. I promised myself to get him something thoughtful the next time we go into Peyton.
Oh, lols.
Yeah, well, here's mine.
Flynn reaches into his pocket and pulls out something small, hidden in his paw.
Ooh, you'll
He hands it
never
to
guess
Carl.
what it is.
He hands it to Carl, who looks confused for a second, before the expression turns to one of interest.
Wow.
It's a small metal rectangular box with 2 sharp points jutting out of the top. I lean in for a closer look and realize those parts are horns, and there's a complex, elegant design of a ram's face etched out in the front of the box. Carl presses a thumb against one of the horns and pushes. The top flicks up and over, and that's when I realize it's a lighter.
So, I saw it when I was over on the reservation. Made me think of you. You know what? I kind of want one of those, but it's just like a human head and fucking fire comes out of the eyes or the mouth. That'd be badass. Definitely fire coming out of the eyes. That's better.
He reaches out and traces a finger along the horns and clicks it back shut.
Thanks, Flynn.
Yeah. Now you look like a badass. You decide to get blazed.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no!
We all jump and look
Oh, I
over
thought
at
it was
TJ.
the lighter.
TJ breaks the lighter. He like snaps it out of like Carl's hands and goes, "That's not healthy for you. No, this is healthy."
No, I didn't realize. So I just heard the break, and I was like, "Oh gosh," because I was gonna say that was like genuinely really thoughtful and sweet of Flynn, which is very Flynn, right? Like he's a dick, but he's actually not a dick. Yep. TJ, what'd you break?
It's on there.
We all
His
jump
plate.
and look over at TJ, who's looking at the floor. His plate gone from the table. Wait, gone
Does he
for
have-
the table.
Does he have like
On
an eating
fourth the
disorder?
table.
What was that?
Does he have an eating disorder?
No, not that I remember.
Okay.
He's a very physically fit person. He's like very concerned about nutrition, so he's like, "Oh, you can't give me too much sugar." You know,
Yeah,
that type
he
of
didn't
person.
seem that. Yeah. He's
No, you're gonna-
he's studying health, right? Like
Yeah, kinesiology and
Okay.
sports health.
Okay, unfortunately for you, we'll untie you after you eat either these 3 Cadbury cream eggs or drink this 1 20-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew. The choice is
I'd rather
yours.
die.
I mean, woof.
It's
That's
the
way
same
too
amount
much
of
sugar.
Yeah, that
It's
does
the
not
same
sound
amount of
enjoyable
sugar.
at all.
It's the same amount of sugar.
Oh God.
Okay, did he smash his plate? Here.
Yeah, it looks like.
All right.
TJ smash.
Flynn starts to laugh, but catches himself.
Don't worry about it. They've probably got 100 of those plates. Carl, where's your broom?
He doesn't say anything, and we look at where Carl had been sitting a few seconds before, but he's gone, and so is another portion of the cake.
Huh? Where'd he go?
Hey, check between the wall and the fridge. I think that's where I remember seeing it.
I don't know if Carl can fit back there. TJ gets down on his knees and starts picking up the larger pieces. I look back at Carl's spot, then up the stairs. I'll be right back. Bathroom. I'm not sure why the deck is the first place I look, but it's where I find him. I watch him through the panel curtains for a moment. He's sitting on a little swing set, facing out towards the glaringly bright desert. There's an empty plate with a fork on it next to him. He's also toying with the lighter Flynn gave him, flipping it open and closed a few times and holding it up to the light. Smoke wafts up from his lap, where I assume he's holding a joint. Quietly, I slide open the glass door and step out onto the wooden balcony. The deck is, of course, nice and big, stretching around half the house. I see Carl's long ears twitch at the sound, and he lowers the lighter down into his lap, but doesn't turn around. Hey. He does turn around then and smiles.
Shit, I thought you were Leo or something.
Would that have been a bad thing? I look around then and just decide to sit next to him on the swing.
You just had pulled me back to the party.
I look over at him. He's looking down at his lighter, turning it over in his paws, the hooked portions of his fingers making clacking sounds against the metal. Those things had always fascinated me. It seemed like it would make holding things more difficult, but he managed just fine. Are you okay? Carl huffs out with a chuckle, and leans his head back against the cushioned backing of the seat.
That's a great question. Everyone's always asking me.
You just seemed really uptight, is all. Carl's demeanor is a lot more relaxed now, obviously. As if to emphasize the thought that he takes another hit off his joint, and holds his breath for a moment, then lets it out. The pungent smell envelops me.
I just don't like being around so many people. You know that.
Well, yeah, but you were fine around them these past few days. Carl rubs his forehead hard with a paw holding the joint, using his palm.
Yeah, well, things weren't about me then. Just felt a little bit put on the spot.
He coughs.
That shit gets me nervous. Like, can't we just hang out and not make it about me?
I don't say anything.
You piece of shit.
I don't say anything, annoyed again that I can't just grasp what he means. Am I making you nervous?
No, Chase, you.
Carl finally does look at me, then, his massive horns swaying towards me.
No, you never did, Chase.
I do look away at that point, almost feeling self-conscious at the way he opened up to me.
And thanks for trying to get me to talk earlier. Just makes me feel guilty as I was awake. People try to include me in things, then I just disappoint them. But you just don't really force me into shit. Everyone feels like I need to do something. Why can't I decide that for myself?
I push against the ground, making the swing sway a little, trying to think of the right thing to say. I mean, it's good to do stuff, right? You can't just sit around doing nothing forever.
I guess. It's just that I worry enough about myself. I don't need other people doing it for me.
I lean back in the swing for a bit, looking out over the desert.
Man, I'm hungry. Wish I'd bought more cake with me.
Not enough incentive to go back in?
Not yet.
I could go get you some. He smirks at me.
You one of those fat fetishes just feeding me garbage so my boobs get bigger.
You don't have moves. I felt them.
Yeah, can't keep your paws off me. You have a thing for my fat ass.
I look him over, as if studying his figure.
I mean,
Hey.
He covers his chest. Well, I do actually like bigger guys, and there's nothing wrong with extra weight, especially if it's well carried. He looks at me expectantly. Which you do.
Sweet. You know, you seem like you'd be a pretty dope boyfriend. Just feed me cake all day, then off on the results.
I'm about to shoot back with something snarky when a stumbling figure catches my eye. Out of the sun-baked asphalt of the road in front of Carl's house, I see a thin
that's your
figure.
stalker. Oh.
I see a thin figure, a weasel. I think running up the road. He stops,
No,
panting.
it's
Oh no, trust me, this is gonna be important. He stops, panting, falls on his knees before he looks over his shoulder again. His whole body slumps, then, like the air's gone out of him, like he's giving up on something. He turns around to look back up the road. He's far away, but even from here, I can tell that he's talking. Carl looks over at my silence, then down at the road where I'm looking. Is that Duke?
Yeah, that's him. Must be on something. He usually is.
Duke finally turns around and starts to cower, his paws up in surrender. His lips are still moving, rapidly, reminding me of someone who's trying to say as much as they can before something cuts them off. What do you think? I trail off as Duke suddenly whips his head around to look up at us, then starts pointing up at our balcony.
Uh-oh. Let's hope the doors are locked.
Carl's chuckling, obviously finding the whole thing hilarious, but I'm a bit more on edge.
Arm the defenses. Launch the drones. Release the sharks.
Chase is America. This is how he solves problems, apparently.
Obviously with attack drones.
I don't really feel like he's high. Duke's movements are a lot more focused, more precise, like he's all there. And for some reason, it feels like he's looking directly at me. I furrow my brow, watching as the weasel turns towards us, sticking a foot out to take a step. The sound of the sliding glass door wrenching open makes me nearly jump out of my skin.
Emilio. I thought Emilio.
What the hell are you guys doing?
Jenna marches around the swing set to stand in front of us, paws on her hips.
Whoa, what's up, Jenna?
Carl leans back in the swing, elbows over the back, smiling. Fox's eyes narrow as she sees the joint.
Did you forget who this party was for?
Carl shrugs and rubs his forehead again.
Leo again? Leo, I'm guessing?
Oh!
No, we spent all day yesterday getting this ready for you. Leo especially. Now get back downstairs and have your party.
You can have fun or else.
Carl sits quietly for a moment, then glances at me.
No. No. I don't think I will.
He's not smiling anymore, his face expressionless. Head turned back towards Jenna, but his eyes are wandering off towards the side, looking at the sky. Also, I need to definitely turn down the volume again, because God, this song is a louder one.
Dude,
Yeah,
you're
this-
gonna have I actually... Okay, so... I have a lot of introvert friends, which is hilarious because I'm an extrovert. But, like, it works great because I do all the talking. And they're not offended by me doing all the talking. But, like... What Leo is doing for Carl is kind of rude. And the fact that none of his friends are picking up on this is even more rude. Right? Like, I get it. It's his party, so I get the frustration. But if someone's party... If someone wants a party where you just literally, like, all play video games together, don't keep saying, well, this is your party. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want... Just freaking sit around and play video games with them.
Yeah, but the problem is this isn't actually Carl's birthday party. Carl's birthday is not for until the end of April, and it's the middle of March.
That's why it's even more annoying, right? Like, if you're gonna pick a random person's birthday, how about you make it like Chase's? Because he's the center of attention. Everyone wants him as the center of attention, right? Like...
Yeah, but then it's so
Something,
obvious that
Leo.
he's trying to hit on Chase again. Carl's is the next birthday up. Even though it's not near his birthday, it's still the closest one up. Because
Oh,
he's...
but it's still a plan? That's the whole point of this
Oh,
exercise?
absolutely. Sorry, pardon my squeaky. But yeah, no, dude.
Excuse you, you're the wolf, I'm the otter.
Alan,
But, like-
I'd like you to...
No,
Go on.
Leo is... Oh, God, Leo.
I like how our defense or arguments about Leo has swapped now with you accusing him of things and me being defensive.
I mean, I guess what it is earlier I could relate to him and therefore felt bad for him. Having been able to relate to him, I also didn't do this crazy stuff, right? Like,
Okay, but the thing is,
I didn't go crazy.
I understand. He's not crazy, though. What he did was he threw a party, and he's looking for any excuse to throw the party. Now, could Leo have done this better and just said, it's a get-together for all of our friends? Yes. But Leo also is holding on to the past and wants to try and reclaim anything. So having a birthday party like they did as kids is one of those things that they would have done in the past.
That's true. And we actually have been set up for the birthday party for fun because we watched the video on Tuesday. And only Carl really realizes that Carl doesn't like these birthday parties, right?
Carl
Because
has a
everyone else
different
is like,
reason.
oh yeah, party.
There's a
Party
Carl
at the
has a
rich
different
kid's
reason
house.
for why he doesn't want this party. and he mentioned it actually earlier. He does not like being the center of attention because Carl has some deeper issues. And it's not just him being introverted.
Yeah, some of the statements that he was...
He seems also to be kind of depressive. Depressed.
No, that's not exactly the issue that they're going for with him.
But like isolated, right? Like he...
Okay, so here, I'll give you some hints. He's been isolating himself from a lot of people in a lot of situations. He doesn't leave his house very often, and he seems to have an issue when there is large gatherings of people. He doesn't like talking or interacting with large groups of people. He has issues with interacting with people he's not as comfortable or close with, and really finds being able to interact with people he is okay with being very valuable.
I mean, that to
like
me
me,
just...
and I'm scared.
I was gonna say, that just sounds like a textbook definition of an introvert, not a psychological illness.
It's not he doesn't have a full-blown psychological illness in my opinion, but he does have he has a tendency towards an issue. And like I said, it's not an illness either. It's just an issue that a lot of people our age and younger are experiencing.
That's true. I guess for me, what I see it as is, yes, he needs to kind of go get himself a job, right? But like, I think to me, it just sounds like he's a really nice guy that needs just like support in getting that job. He doesn't need like to be hated on, right? Like that's...
Of course, I understand.
Like, he's just not an extrovert. Like, there are lots of people that just aren't extroverts.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not about introversion versus extroversion. Oh my god, fuck my internet.
Conversations.
Yeah, I noticed Alan was gone because he wouldn't have let you run on that long.
Actually, I would have. Funny enough, I would have let him run on that long. Well, time to pause this.
The manual says don't use glue to glue screws in place. Why would you do that? Now eat more gummy bears.
But I want to glue everything in place, including Jenna and Carl.
The manual really says eat more gummy bears.
Jenna's usually the empath. I'm surprised that she's mad at Carl.
I haven't been eating the gummy bears.
Why not?
Because I didn't fucking ask for it.
Could you get a little closer to your mic, Matt? You were a little soft there.
Hang on. Because I didn't fucking ask for it.
I pretend to look at my phone while I eat this ice cream that I picked up because, God, I fucking hate the recording tonight.
What? A party? I'm so sorry. We were trying to be thoughtful, Carl. Maybe we should just forget you next time, huh?
Please.
Jenna, it's okay. We were just hanging out. She ignores me. I see the skin inside Carl's ears and around his nose turning red. Since he was a kid, Carl didn't deal well with conflict, usually running away the first chance he got.
No. This was for Leo. I just don't understand why we couldn't do something that didn't involve...
Sorry, Carl, but that's life. Sometimes you have to come out of your room.
Jenna, this isn't Avenue Q. You gotta stop roasting him.
Sometimes you have to be the center of attention, and sometimes, God forbid, you have to talk to people.
No. No. No, I don't have to talk to anybody.
Yeah, as I said, I'm surprised. Jenna's usually the empathetic one.
Yeah.
Well, what if I want to stay up here and hide? Who gives a fuck?
The look on Jenna's face is approaching contempt.
Are you kidding me? This is difficult for you?
Jenna, my ice cream.
Jenna, how about we push you to your limits? How about you just stay inside? How about we force you to just stay inside for
Andrew,
one entire evening?
I'm gonna tell you to be very careful. You don't know Jenna's background. There's a reason why Jenna's real pissed with Carl right now. These two came from opposite walks of life.
She's super poor. He's super rich.
Not just super poor, but she came from a family that abused her.
Yeah.
So while Carl's had supportive parents, well, supportive enough parents, theoretically, they aren't that supportive, and has had plenty of money and security, Jenna has not had that, and she's had to work her way through college on her own.
Okay.
She even had to basically emancipate herself as a minor.
Yeah, I literally can't imagine that.
That's why I was like, you don't know that one. I should warn you before you start saying shit about her.
Okay, I was just going to suggest she sit quietly in a room and see if her extroversion drives her insane or not, but that's not what she's mad about, so okay.
She's not an extrovert. That's why I'm surprised that she's getting this pissed. I think she's getting this pissed because Jenna believes in all the characters fighting their problems, like head on. Like she won't talk to Flynn until he apologizes. She calls Leo out on his BS, at least in her route. So she's calling, Carl out on his BS, but...
Yeah, but the one person she never calls out is TJ for some reason.
I think TJ isn't... Well, we're gonna do his route, but so far we haven't really found a reason to be like, oh yeah, that guy's got a overcome.
TJ.
Unless his, over purity is something he needs to overcome or something, but he's not even, mean to the other characters because of it. So,
Okay.
He's little kidsy, I guess. Not little kidsy, he's not, but he's immature, I guess would be the term. He is growing up to do, but growing up, I think she's less concerned about than,
Okay.
isolating yourself, controlling.
DJ, I'm gonna cut you off there. By the way, Andrew, I heard you say that I wouldn't cut DJ off, or that I would have cut DJ off earlier. I actually didn't. I tried to cut him off after he stopped talking, and that's when I found out you couldn't hear me anymore.
Ah, okay.
That's really funny.
But this time, the reason I'm cutting you off is I recognized my internet, I recognized my situation, I wanted to get through Wednesday. We're already at an hour and 20
Let's
minutes,
do it.
so...
Fair enough, let's do it.
Alright.
Jenna. Again, she ignores me. I might as well be talking to a statue. Or maybe I'm the statue that she isn't even paying attention to. I feel like something must have happened downstairs. This isn't like her.
You never realize how good you have it, Carl. If you even had a taste of what I went through.
I can practically feel the heat radiating off of Carl's body. He looks down at his lap.
Are you blaming me for that?
His voice breaks.
We all have our problems.
Some easier than others.
Carl glances at her, trying to be angry, but I can tell it's not working.
You don't know what kind of shit I have to deal with.
Like being rich?
No, it's like myself.
Oh, how terrible. The one thing you have full control over.
No, that's so fucking unfair.
The quaver in Carl's voice doesn't exactly sound convincing, and the pot doesn't seem to be helping him, as I see his fingers are shaking.
Just like life.
Carl's face is bewildered.
What the fuck did I do, Jenna? Did I say something wrong earlier?
Out of habit, he lifts the joint to his muzzle with his shaking fingers, but then flinches as Jenna steps forward. I guess he thought she was going to slap him or something, but instead she reaches forward and plucks the joint out from his grasp, right before flicking it back into his face. It hits his nose and Carl flinches again. Without a word, Jenna spins on her heel and opens the door, even harder than she did the first time. I'm stunned. I haven't seen Jenna that angry since she was in middle school, and definitely never at Carl. Carl doesn't say anything, instead rubbing at his nose, leaning back into the seat. The insides of his ears are still flushed, a deep red.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. Something must have happened. That wasn't Jenna. I'll ask Leo about it later.
I didn't do anything, did I?
I shrug, no words coming to mind. We sit in silence a while, listening to the train horns. Looking down, I see the joint still smoking up from the planks on the floor. Slowly, I lean over and pick it up before holding it out to Carl. He takes it and looks at it for a second. Raising his paw, he pauses, then takes a drag before flicking it off the side of the balcony. He lets his head sag, his big horns dipping towards the floor as he closes his eyes. Slowly, I put my arm around his shoulders. He leans into me and doesn't pull away.
So it's over with Leo, huh?
Carl waves his controller around like it's gonna help him avoid my 3-spike throw, almost knocking over his beer bottle. It hits him anyway, and he gives a little grunt of annoyance. I grin and consider letting up on him, because he's clearly drunk. Seems that way. No, Carl. No, you're drunk, friend.
No, I'm not. I'm fine.
You're drunk and you were high earlier? I don't know if you can really, speak right now. Seems that way. He hasn't really...
What?
Carl, are you okay? Carl, no! He hasn't really talked to me much since I got here. I'll leave out the part that's probably my fault. Carl lets a weird little ugh sound as I punch his character as if he were the one getting punched instead.
Well, that sucks. Does it suck?
He's looking intently at the screen. Still,
In fact, I do suck. Thank you.
Yes. Either way. Still, I get the
No, that's only on his route.
I don't know what you're referencing, but whatever.
It's okay. You can watch the videos at some point. Mm-hmm.
I could, or I could work on harder on assembling this printer.
You could do both. Still, I get the feeling he's not paying full attention because it's getting easier and easier to nail his character with my combos. I don't really know yet. It's been 3 years. Maybe it just hasn't kicked in yet?
Wow.
Takes that long to kick it in for you? When Tanya dumped me, I felt like I couldn't get out of bed for a week.
Oh god. I remember that back in high school when we were both 16. Didn't she get you into pot? What was your question, Andrew?
Sorry. What do they say they did or had done to them?
It was about what happened when they got broken up with, essentially.
Oh, okay.
So Tanya broke up with Carl while Chase had broken up with Leo 3 years ago. And Chase says that he never really felt like that true break in that relationship of like we're definitely broken up. And so Carl's like, well, it hasn't kicked in after 3 years? That's kind of weird. Remember when I got broken up with Tanya?
Okay. Lose focus for like 30 seconds.
It's all good.
Oh, wait. You never felt like it ended? Wait. Chase.
Leo, this isn't your route.
No.
Get the hell out.
Oh, he just said it feels like it never ended with me.
Hey,
I need
Leo,
him.
Leo,
I need him so bad.
Leo, I'm gonna give you a real big spoiler. You don't show up in like the last half of this arc.
I need my otter.
Yeah, you're not getting it here, buddy.
Puchica. Squeaky toy.
Shut the fuck up, Leo.
My pet name was Chula, you bastard. It means bottom in El Salvador.
Also, Alan, I just want to let you know, canonically in my mind, you stopped being a noodle dragon and are now an otter. Really tall one.
How come I'm an otter to you now?
Well, you've just been, like, posting all the pictures in the meme thing of otters squeaking.
Because it's cute.
Yeah, too late.
Okay, fine. actually, I think I told you like way back when I did have like a Pokemon that I felt represented me, and funny enough, it was an otter before I even knew what otters sounded like.
I think they sound amazing.
Because yeah, Oshawott my favorite Pokemon before Rockruff came out.
Okay, this goes in here.
By the way, after this, didn't she get you into pot? Carl lets out a snort again as I flip kick his demon character in the chin.
Yep, and thanks Satan for it. I don't know how else I would have gotten over her. Anyway, not to be a dick, but you're better for it.
He surprises me. He surprises me with a spin kick that sends my Angel Wolf character flying across the screen. I focus back on the game and throw a barrage of punches into his demon character's face, sending blood splashing onto the screen.
There we go.
Oh?
Well, it's just hard to talk to you and Leo when you guys are being all lovey-dovey and shit.
His words are mushy, starting to bleed into one another. His character throws a flaming spear at my angel, which I easily deflect with my shimmering shield. Activate my trap card. I extend my wings and swoop in to throw my lightning bolts.
Activate wings.
It's activated charcoal wings. Well, you know, no one really tried to talk to us when we were together. It was like we were making you guys uncomfortable. I watch his demon fly in the air, surrounded by a glowing white circle. Looking over, I see Carl frowning.
No, I don't think so.
His demon spreads its own much spikier wings and hovers up from the circle. He reaches up into the sky, and a red lightning bolt slams down into my character.
You guys are just kind of self-absorbed. You didn't call me once after you guys started dating.
And here I was thinking that Carl never liked conflict. That sentence carries a lot of weight, and a lot of years behind it. I'm not about to argue with him, though, especially after what happened with Jenna. That lightning bolt was it for my wolf character, and his demon flies up onto the screen and flips us off as winner is displayed. Well, there was college. And there was also TJ talking to his cats.
I love my babies.
Carl stretches.
Shake 'em.
When you edit this, can
Chicken
TJ please just pop on screen with like a bunch of cats running around it?
I'll do one better. I'll give.
Okay, if you're going to do that for me though, Sam, I need you to have them be PNGs with the background easily removed.
Okay, I'll
Because
do that.
I want, whenever I use my images, I'm using PNGs to have them not have backgrounds and all that.
Okay, if I can't do that, yeah, then use others. But I think it would be funny if we used my cat.
TJ now just represents you.
Yes, and with all on purpose.
Carl
What are
stretches.
you eating?
Okay, well, TJ continues talking to his cats.
Sorry, he chewed on something and it made a crunch, and I looked at him and he just.
TJ, we invite you to the sleepover, but like, if you're gonna keep talking about your cats, you can just go, man.
Okay.
Bye, TJ. Have a good night.
Okay, bye.
Carl stretches, leaning back into the giant beanbag chair we're sitting on.
I don't remember much of college anymore.
He lays back in the chair and looks over at me.
By the way, I have a job interview on Friday.
Woot.
My eyes widen.
Go Carl.
Don't act surprised, asshole.
He has a job interview on Friday.
Woo!
He hangs on to the last word with a lisp. You're drunk, but that's awesome. Where at?
A print shop. To be a production assistant.
Well, that sounds decent.
Yeah. Parents told me they'd buy me a car to get there. It's a pain, of course. But anyway, Flynn told me he'd give me a ride to the interview. But since you're here...
He gives me a lazy sidelong glance. While I usually wouldn't have an issue with it, the thought of how hard I've been procrastinating my school project is starting to make my stomach churn. But hey, How often will I get to hang out with Carl when the break is over? I'd love to take you. You know, we were gonna go out and do stuff tomorrow. Why don't we change your look? Get you new clothes or something for your interview. He keeps smiling.
Sounds great. So, what's it like kissing a dude?
I let out a surprised laugh. What?
You know, it's like more.
He wiggles his paws uselessly in the air. I don't know.
You kissed a girl, right?
Kissed a goat, right?
Samantha, right?
I think so, but that was like 7th grade.
So, was it different?
I laugh at him again. Pretty sure it's like just like kissing a girl, man.
You sure?
I feel like kissing different species would be even more different.
Maybe. I've always sort of wanted to know what it's like.
He says it slowly, deliberately,
Do it.
trying not to trip over his
Squeak
words.
that. Squeak that otter. Squeak that otter.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well, I see what you guys are all shipping.
I actually don't like them as a couple. I really like them as friends, and I'll be a little mad if they kiss, but still.
No. I like them as experimenting. Otherwise, still, yes, friends. But
Yeah,
hey, you don't have to be in a devoted relationship to, like, say, what's it like to kiss a guy? And maybe it doesn't go any further than that.
Oh, this conversation I think is hilarious and great. I don't want them kissing, and I feel like they're going to.
See, this is...
Okay, well, one of them isn't going to remember in the morning, probably, or
Yeah,
maybe
that's
they
why I
will.
like it even less, man.
Yeah, this is funny to me because, like, for me, the real question is, what's it like to kiss?
Okay, well, I just don't have a world fixation, so the other person really enjoys my kissing, but I'm like, meh.
Ah, okay.
Hannah, we're talking about oral fixations at this point, so welcome back.
Oh my.
Yeah. I say even
Carl's-
slower because I think I know what Carl's getting at.
I can see how guys can be sexy. That was my bad drunk impression. I'm sorry.
No, that was beautiful.
No, it's
That
fine.
was perfect. Don't change a thing.
You're doing great. Keep it up.
Carl, are you coming out to me? He rolls over onto his stomach, facing me fully now.
That's a good question. Maybe we can answer it.
I'm a
First
little
things-
buzzed, but not drunk.
First thing that happen when guys kiss is you stab the knife in, and then you twist,
What?
and then you take a big bite out of their face and, like, pull. Well, that's how we do it when it's,
But
first
wait,
kiss time.
when does the beef jerky get involved?
Okay, Alan, you've been reading too much internet.
Are you asking?
I did have a friend in college who said people become more gay when they're drunk.
Well, that's because their inhibitions are down, and like the thing is, there is a little bit of research with like the Kinsey scale and everything that like there's the theory that a lot of people are probably on some level of bisexuality or pansexuality, and they're on various shades or scale or levels of it essentially.
It's the
And-
fluoride in the water that keeps us from, like, going full bi or pan, and that way we have to keep the borders to immigration open to keep the population boom going. Otherwise, we were stagnated as a nation. You get rid of that, and people go back to being bi again. Oh man, it'll just be end times.
I'm so
No other.
confused.
I'm sorry. I was on the toilet one day and had this brilliant bout of nonsense. I'm like, oh my god, so much bullshit, and it's everything I ever wanted.
You always hear
I
about
don't
the
believe any
pesticides
of that.
turning the frogs gay, but you never hear about them turning the frogs bi.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I even like, I don't dislike them as a couple. I just don't like them as a drunk couple. If that makes sense, right?
No. That's fine. That's fine and fair. I'll go with that.
Right, like, I don't like that this is happening when...
Carl's drunk?
Uh-huh. Like,
Okay.
that
Well,
makes me feel uncomfortable.
So,
I mean, for me, I'm incredibly uptight, extremely, and I have to drug myself with alcohol to, like, let it out, and I've been learning to do that without needing any beer at all. Just, like, be as lewd as I, like, always dream I could be. So,
Well,
there's
there
that.
you go.
are you asking... okay, well, I guess I won't say this line still.
Wait, what?
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that. We need to keep going. We need to keep going.
I know.
He says in his Chase voice.
Yeah, I know. Are you asking if you can kiss me? He gazes at me lazily through lidded eyes, looking about ready to fall asleep.
Only if you want.
I've been asked to be the experiment of a few guys in the past, in college, and I always said no. But Carl... And now we get to choose.
Oh, God.
Is different or is drunk?
Do it.
Okay, I vote for he is drunk, and I shouldn't let him because I respect him as a friend,
Alright, that's
and
one
I
vote.
would like him as a lover, but honestly, he's drunk, and that's not okay.
First option. First option.
I
Bad
feel like I'm
first.
gonna
So
get
I hear
outvoted.
Sam voting for top option. Andrew, yours was also top option?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's drunk.
Alright, DJ was voting for no. That leaves Hannah and Matt.
If it were me, though too, in reality, I'm straight, but I feel it'd be more special per se if he wasn't drunk.
So yeah, I'd say no because he's drunk.
That's
No. Man.
Yeah, I was gonna vote for that.
We were so listen. Chase loves Carl. We've seen this since this whole route, right?
Oh.
And
You saw
to kiss
Chase's
someone when they're
thirsty
drunk
look
is
at the beginning.
disrespectful.
Blue.
So
You're
I'm also
breaking
going to
a
point
young
out
fangirl's heart.
I'm going to
Blue.
point out something I find absolutely hilarious is that the people who work in education are the ones that went, nah, drunk consent is not consent. These are the people who got the consent
Look.
training.
Look,
Yeah,
I
I
know
guess
drunk
we
consent
got all
is
the
not
people who
actual
got
consent.
I know,
consent
I
training,
know,
aren't
but
we?
I just think it's funny because like it doesn't get as hammered into you, especially because for Hannah, DJ, and I, well, I don't know if it's as much for you, DJ, but for Hannah and I, we get hammered hard about oh yes, drunk consent is not consent. It will never be consent, and you should just wait until you're both completely sober.
No, I think it's more so the TJ coming out in me, right? Like it's the like purist of like, and I don't even mind if there's a mutual understanding that you're both drunk and you both want to kiss and you set that up when you're sober. That's different, but like, it feels unsafe.
Yeah, but they're characters.
And I like my characters to be safe.
Okay. No.
You get to watch both.
I chose the top option. I chose the top option while imagining these were two people and not characters.
Yeah,
All right.
as I said, I'm with Alan on this.
Well,
I
the
do
thing
want to
is,
see what happens.
I went ahead
but...
and saved so we can go back on this later. But for now,
Yeah.
I'm going to pick the is different so that way we can see it. And then I'm going to go back and we'll go with the actual one we picked. Okay?
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
That's fair.
Because I feel like some scenes we want to see both routes on for a little
That's
bit.
right. Manipulating entities across time isn't, bad at all.
Yeah, Undertale taught me that. That was the lesson of Undertale, right?
Yeah.
If you want. Carl's eyes widen slightly. Then he slowly gets to his hands and knees and crawls towards me. I was gonna stand up, but it looks like he wants to do this on the beanbag. I lean back in the bag, sinking into it a bit more. Carl kneels at my feet, looking unsure.
This is bad.
Is this right?
By the way, I've literally checked all the different routes and all the different options that you can make in this game, so I'll let you know when an option's real bad. So,
Okay.
this one's okay. Yeah, do you want me to Before I know it, he's crawled up on top of me. His presence is heavy and warm, and I lean back, feeling myself get despite the awkwardness of it all. He looks down at me, into my eyes, and I feel myself blush.
That's when he sucks out your soul.
Sorry, is this a
Grab
thing?
life by the horns.
Thank you, non-furries.
Carl is life.
The normies are coming round.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's fine. He leans down, pauses, then leans in all the way, and I feel his soft, wide muzzle against mine. At the same time, I feel one of his paws slide behind my head. It's different than kissing Leo or Samantha way back in middle school. Carl's muzzle is big and more blunt, his lips softer and more malleable. It covers the entire front of my muzzle. His beard tickles my neck and cheeks. Is everything okay, Andrew?
I'm just like, it's more like,
I like the idea like they just open up their like mouths or whatever and just like chomp on the side of each other's faces like wolves kiss.
Oh.
So I have a lovely little collection of images where it's just like, it's like, okay, how much thought have we put into like how furries would kiss? The answer is not much.
Oh,
And I just have a nice little collection of lovely pictures of them trying to kiss. It's great.
Anji, do you want down or what?
Shake him.
No, he my birthday.
TJ,
that's
I
the
thought you
picture
left
of mine
already.
Back with Sanji this time.
TJ,
What?
no, Carl and Chase are kissing, and TJ's just like, cats, I have cats.
Like,
Actually, I totally could see TJ being the type of person where like they go to a party and they're like, oh yeah, I should socialize with people for like, I don't know, the first like 10 minutes, but cat.
Cats.
I expect him to pull back quickly, but he doesn't, keeping his paw behind my head and pressing deeper into the kiss. His other paw holds up onto my upper arm. I open my eyes and see that his are closed. He hunches over me, closer, and I feel myself start to respond, reaching up to wrap my arms around his broad back. He huffs in response, and then I feel his lips part, and his tongue flicks against my lips.
Ooh.
I start to open them, but that's when I feel the beanbag shift, and Carl slides to the side. Somehow he manages to slip and fall on the wobbly beanbag, his mouth sliding sloppily off mine as he slumps down on top of me.
Aw.
I let out a grunt as his weight comes to rest on my chest. He chuckles, and I feel the spasms all the way through my own body. Alright, so that's pretty much the big one there. Now we're going to go ahead and see what happens when we choose not to kiss him.
That's actually pretty an adorable photo.
Yeah, that is an adorable pose.
Mhm.
Maybe a little mad if like we're probably not going to get something sweet if we're like, oh, you're drunk, this isn't good.
I smirk at him. Carl, you're drunk.
No, I'm not.
He bursts into giggles even before he finishes the sentence. The ram then decides to roll over, directly onto my chest. I let out a quiet irk, trying to push him off my more sensitive areas. Fortunately, he seems to get the hint and props himself up on his elbows. Tell you what, if you ask me again in the morning sober, I'll say yes.
Here we go.
Oh, come on.
Yep, you get the scene either way.
Aww. And this to me is so much more pure.
no, I like
I
the
like
first one
it.
better. I like the first one better. I don't give
I'm not saying I don't like kissing, okay? I want to be clear about this. I want this statement on the record.
Okay,
I just-
on your... All right, DJ, on your kink bingo sheet, I'm checking the purity box for you.
I mean...
Go get your purity ring, DJ.
Also,
No, those are
basically.
evil. Those are evil. Those make babies.
Also, I have
Kind of
something to tell
cute.
Hannah. You know, Carl, he appreciates our Gang Beast playthrough. You know why?
Why?
Because this is a Scalesies family!
But no, like this is like Chase is very happy with Carl and is with cuddling up to Carl. And in the morning, if Carl's still like, yeah, I'm sober and I still want to like try this kiss thing, they can kiss, and that's wonderful.
Oh, you're giving them permission? Oh, thank you, TJ.
It's not them giving them permission. It's what Alan was saying. It's a consent thing.
I know it is. I was giving you crap.
Yes, and you're definitely right about that. I wouldn't want to have the situation flipped on me, or I'm like, oh God. But
yeah, what did I do? Or oh, that was great, but also so like, let's put this in a different situation, right? They end up happily together, okay? And their first kiss is like, yeah, dude, you were like...
Okay, you're taking this way... Okay, DJ, the vibe I'm getting from you is if you kiss someone, now you have to, like, be buried next to them. Like, that's what one kiss does.
Yeah, isn't that how babies are made?
Obviously.
One kiss
Wait. Are you guys telling me kissing doesn't make babies?
No. It's not even that. One kiss doesn't just make an army of daughters.
Oh,
it also means that you have to like be buried next to each other when you pass away.
I just remembered.
Years.
DJ, wait! I just remembered. I remember what the youth pastor told me. It wasn't kissing that makes babies; it's hand holding.
Oh, woof!
If either
like,
of those are what
I feel like I know actually, I don't know your church well enough, but given what you've told me about your old church, I doubt you had a pastor like that. Oh man!
I've had multiple churches actually.
Fair enough.
That's what being in a military family, moving state to state does.
Yeah, woohoo!
I mean, you can also just be friends and kiss, and you don't have to turn into a lifelong relationship.
I like the idea that TJ just
Obviously, if you kiss someone, guys, if you kiss someone, you have to at least date them for a year.
No, what the fuck is wrong with you straight people? Oh my God.
Sam, hold up, guys, I need you to be quiet. Sam, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. The cat decided to attack my jacket and got my legs instead. I'm okay.
I'm glad to hear you're all right, because I also want to point out you screamed at the perfect moment because it sounded like TJ was screaming in pain at the idea of somebody kissing as just friends.
my pain to the jokes.
Beautiful. No, I don't actually think that so
I
much.
understand, but we also probably need to get moving.
Yes, we did.
Yep. Although that's probably Wednesday.
Yeah, we're still on Wednesday right now.
Wednesday.
All right, I'm about to chide him some more, but that's when he starts snoring. I smile some, peering down at Carl. This is actually pretty comfortable. Maybe I'm just touch-starved or something. Whatever it is, I'm left with some slight bittersweetness as I remind myself Carl probably wouldn't have the courage to do this sober. Whether he was just messing around or not, this is nice. Watching his large chest rise and fall. Slowly, the dim lights in Carl's room fade out as I fall asleep to his comforting, rhythmic snores. So this is a flashback.
Aww.
I heave a breath as I chase TJ down the dusty street, trying not to pop the water balloon that I'm holding within my claws.
You always chase me!
TJ's whining again, but I don't care. He's always the funnest one to hit. His crazy speed made it all the more rewarding.
Well, Chase is kind of a dick when he's young.
Yeah, a little bit. Even though he's a grade lower than me, he could outrun me easily. I can still keep up with him though, since he's running around houses and mailboxes. My 4th grade brain is easily able to figure out ways to cut him off. It's not long before I have him backed up against the back of Bentley's trailer home. He does a stupid dance where he's running back and forth covering his head.
Stop!
stick my tongue out of the side of my muzzle, following him back and forth with the balloon I have cocked behind my head. Hold still!
No!
He finally curls up into a ball against the house, crouching in the dirt in his blue swim trunks. I stop. Well, it's not fun if you're not gonna try and run. He looks up at me between his fingers.
You always throw it too hard.
Well, if you... He suddenly darts to the right, but I'm ready, hurling the balloon right at his back. It doesn't explode, though. Instead, smacking against his spotted back with a wet splat.
Ow.
Ow!
He skids to a stop, then immediately bends and scoops up the balloon, grinning at how the tables have turned.
Military-grade water balloons.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, really.
Uh-huh.
I start jogging backwards as TJ heaves back the balloon, but I don't have anything to worry about. In his excitement, he grits the balloon too hard, and I can see his claws dimple the rubber before it explodes mid-throw. Water showers his head and dust kicks up as dark spots speckle the ground just like his fur, I think. He gasps the way cats do whenever they get water on them, and I point and laugh. I can tell he's deciding whether or not to sulk and cry, and I hold my breath because I don't want the game to end. I think I win him over because he smiles and starts to laugh too.
That always happens to me.
Well, don't hold it so hard.
I wasn't.
Yeah, you were. I see TJ's ears perk, and he looks over, towards the front of the house. What? But that's when I hear it too. So this is a childhood bully who wants to be that character.
I guess I'll go.
Carl will show up in
Okay.
here, so you probably shouldn't.
Oh, here, I'll do it. Flynn
Leo
will
also
show
shows up, so
Alright.
I guess this probably should be either Andrew or Hannah. One of those
Okay,
two.
fine.
Okay.
Engage. What?
This is your line.
What you doing with all those water balloons? Don't touch me.
Oh, this is child Carl, so.
Oh. Don't touch me. I don't have a high-pitched voice, okay?
I mean, he's a 4th grader. You could have a medium.
I'm not touching you. Just give me the fucking balloons.
Clint and Jeremy. Carl must have followed us and saw him through the window. My guts drop to my feet, and I feel like I'm gonna pee myself. TJ covers his mouth, and I see tears start to brim in his eyes. I think fast. Go run and get Leo. He can help. Before I know it, TJ's tearing across the backyards of the houses, up the block where Leo's filling up water balloons. At least that's where I hope he's going. Slowly, I pad around the house, peeking around the corner to the front yard. Carl's standing with his fists clenched, staring hard, trying to look defiant, but I can tell he's terrified. Multicolored water balloons are scattered around his hooves, and he must have been carrying them all in his white tank top. He always wore his shirt when we did water games. By the way, Andrew, we will squeak out certain words if you'd like.
I mean, sure. Mr. Man, face, you're not gonna hurt ya.
Okay, this is another one. I'll be this guy. Yeah, right. Jeremy laughs stupidly at Clint and bends down to pick up a purple water balloon. Clint starts circling around Carl and the ram follows him with his muzzle, nostrils flaring. As he looks the other way, Jeremy throws the water balloon right in Carl's face. Following the smack of rubber on muzzle, the balloon explodes, showering all 3 of them in water. Carl whimpers and covers his face. I grip the side of the house, knowing I should do something, but my legs aren't moving.
Leave me alone.
Carl's doing a good job of not crying, but he's about to.
Hey, we just playing.
Clint leans down to pick up another water balloon. That's when Carl makes a break for it, dodging around the bent-over Clint towards the street. Clint's too fast, though, and the ringtail cat instantly reaches out and catches Carl by one of his horns. He rides him for a second, jumping on Carl's back before using his long tail to trip the ram up. Carl lands on his stomach, and with a loud grunt as Clint sits on his back, holding onto his horns.
You stepped in my tail.
Clint grabs both of Carl's horns and leans back so far I think I can hear his spine cracking. Carl screams in pain and reaches for his horns. With his face pointed at the sky, I see the tears rolling down his face now. The one eye I can see is open wide, and I think he sees me. But still my legs won't move.
Hey!
No, Leo is like 12 at this point.
Hey!
Also, Leo doesn't speak English at this point either.
Hey!
Oh,
Leo jogs up the street, looking right at Clint. The ringtail sneers, but drops Carl back on the ground and stands up as Leo gets closer.
The fuck do you want?
Clint's weary, his casual demeanor more tense now that Leo's here. I sigh with relief. Carl sits up and rubs his face before standing and running back up the street, his hooves clopping loudly all the way. Leo doesn't even look at him, his eyes on Clint.
I said what you want. You know, understand?
Honestly, Leo might not have understood. He'd only been here for less than a year. Actually, I just remembered. So that means Leo's 10. Sorry, I gave you the wrong age.
So yeah, he's kind of a little kid.
Carl and Chase would be 8, Leo would be 10. And TJ was actually then 6. So yeah.
Oh, they were literally picking on a first grader.
Well, I mean, they're 3rd graders picking on a 1st grader.
Yeah, rude.
Look, Chase isn't the best as a kid, okay?
She's chucking a water balloon at some random first grader and laughing as he does it.
I mean, kids can be pretty vicious.
Oh yeah, kids can be real dicks.
I will point out though that so the thing is they are at least decent enough friends with each other that basically when TJ got hit with the water balloon, he didn't start crying. He instead started laughing because he likes Chase enough that it worked out. So
it was annoying but fun, right? Yeah, no, it's okay.
Like personally, this is just my own personal interpretation of like the characters and their relationships. So you know how like Leo is kind of like the dad of the group where he kind of like keeps everyone safe because he's like one of the older boys?
Mm-hmm.
I always view when it came to TJ why he really likes Chase is he views Chase as like an older brother figure.
Yeah, it makes sense. 3rd and 1st, it's about right.
Still, Leo doesn't say anything, his jaw working, and I wonder if he's imagining chewing on Clint's neck.
You fucking crazy. Let's go, Jeremy.
Clint is afraid of Leo, and he's left us alone ever since the wolf had moved in. At least for the most part. No, TJ, you ran away.
no, sorry, she's crying and I don't know why.
Even though they're both 13, Leo is a head taller and almost twice as wide.
No, you lied again. I am 13.
Oh, really? Well, then wait.
Yeah,
but he's not been here for more than a year.
Apparently I moved when I was 12. What about it?
No, I'm doing the math again.
Maybe the game developers didn't do math.
Yeah, no, there's something off with that because Leo moved to Echo in 2000. And if it's 2015 and he is 23, that means that Leo moved when he was 8?
8?
Yeah, he would have been 8 when he moved because he does say he came to Echo into. Oh God, this might be more evidence of my theory.
Of what?
Okay,
oh, no.
This is good. All right, yeah, no, like I said, I got obsessed about Echo, and this theory, I was planning on actually making maybe a video about it later. I'll tell you guys about this later. For now, we can assume it may have been like an issue with that, but this also might have fit into my theory, possibly. I will have to put a pin in this and bring this up for my evidence, for my theory. My crazy, crazy theory about parallel timelines.
The founders of Echo go, yeah. That was.
Yeah, we totally did that. Yeah.
Even though they're both 13, Leo's a head taller and almost twice as wide. Oh, he does speak
Leave?
English.
Yeah. Leave them alone.
Clint stops. I think this is Clint still. Andrew?
Who is Clint?
That
What?
would be Andrew.
Andrew.
There we go. Well, he said the line, so.
Leave them alone. Forever.
Clint looks hesitant, obviously not wanting to stay, but unable to leave now that Leo had thrown out a challenge, not in front of Jeremy.
What?
Or
He thinks for a second.
is not good for you. Painful.
I hadn't been paying attention to Jeremy, but I see a sudden movement from behind Leo, followed by another smack and a splash. Leo arches his back, hissing at the pain from how hard Jeremy had thrown it. The wolf whirls around, one paw rubbing at his back as he snarls at Jeremy, who points and laughs. Not gonna say that. He doesn't see Clint running at him from behind. Leo! I yelp out his name and he does turn around, only to catch a sucker punch right in the stomach. I can hear the thud, along with all the air going out of him, all the way from here. Leo stumbles back and stops with his paws on his knees, gasping. I wince and cover my eyes, only to pull them back down immediately and see Jeremy leaping on Leo from behind and biting his ear. Leo screams in pain, but immediately twists and slams his knee into Jeremy's crotch.
Yes.
Jeremy lets go and lets out his own scream, which Leo puts an end to when he grabs the fox and swings him around by the shirt. Jeremy's forward momentum is brought to a halt as he slams headfirst into an oak tree. He goes down.
Oof.
Clint's scared, his eyes wide as he looks from Leo to Jeremy to the front door. Leo doesn't give him a chance, though, running forward and hitting him with a tackle that slams them both to the ground. I think I hear Clint start to beg, but Leo's fist starts raining down on his face. All I can hear are crunchy, fleshy thuds as punch after punch hits Clint's face. And I can hear Leo too.
¿Quieres pelar? No me yodas.
Alright, so I'm
No
going to...
parlo España.
I remember most of this, but I'm going to look this up to give you the
¿Quieres?
proper translation.
¿Quieres? I know, it's just like who.
You want?
I mean,
do you want? He's asking, do you want to something? I'm not sure.
Pelar, let's talk.
It's not Let's Talk. I looked this up
No.
before, but
Do you want to talk? No me yodas. It must be, because J is Y, right? So it'd be yodas.
No, Jay. It might be Holdas.
Jodas.
alright, so
¿Quieres?
let me give you the first one.
Oh no, it's pelar.
Hold up, pelar. So quieres pelar is you want to fight? You want to fight?
I
And
don't
then
think so.
no me yodas, if I remember correctly, I believe it was don't fuck with me.
I love it.
Yep, it is. It's don't fuck with me. You want to fight?
¿Quieres
Don't fuck
pelar?
me.
No me yodas.
The sound Clint makes go from snarling to screaming to gurgling, and I cover my ears because it sounds so terrible. Again, I feel like I should stop this. Leo looks like he's in a trance with how focused he is on hurting Clint. But again, I'm too terrified. I run the direction Carl went. I need to tell him I'm sorry, that I should have helped him somehow, but that I was so scared. Even though this road doesn't lead to his house, I somehow get there. The sky is red and orange, and even though it was noon just a few minutes ago, For some reason, Carl's house is bigger. Much bigger than it should be. The architecture is pointier. Different. I walk around it, slowly, looking for Carl. Looking down, I see hoof prints. They're too big to be Carl's, but I follow them anyway. They lead around the back of the house, right up to the wooden set of cellar doors. I reach out to them, even though I feel something terrible welling up inside my stomach. I pull on them, but they're stuck, as if welded shut somehow. A window well next to the doors draws my attention, and I get down onto my knees, then onto my stomach, as I look intently through the window. There are little clear spots on the glass, little paw prints breaking through the layer of old dust. The paw prints of children. The room is almost pitch black, but the red light behind me illuminates some of the cement ground through the windows. Behind the paw prints, I see something long and spindly crawl across the ground.
I don't know where I am at first, as I open my eyes, but the dim Lucha Lobo lamp tells me. Laying there for a while, I realize that Carl's no longer on top of me. My face fur is a little wet, and my nose is stuffy. I look around thinking that Carl probably went back to his bed, but he's not there either. He must be getting a drink or something. A dull, far-off thud makes me open my eyes again. I listen carefully, starting to worry that the sound came from downstairs. Again, I hear it, and it makes me jump this time. Shit, is it happening again? I hear a voice, coming from the same area, directly below me. It's a lot more muffled, but I can still hear it's a voice, muttering and cursing. Carl? My voice sounds weak and warbly in the heavy silence of the dark house. The scuffling sound below me stops for a second, though, then starts up again, more vigorous. Slowly, I sit up, listening to the whispering and thumping beneath me. My mind flashes to Duke, the weasel's foot forward, his eyes locked on me. Finally, the anxiety gets to me and I stand up, walking as quietly as I can from the room into the hallway. The kitchen is dark, and I move over to the front door to check and see if it's locked. It is, so I move over to the stairs and look down to the inky blackness, almost afraid to turn on the lights. Nothing jumps out at me when I do, but the light is making me more afraid, knowing that it will light up anything that's down there. I move down the stairs quietly as I can, every creak making my fur bristle. The scraping sound is louder now, and so is the voice. I'm almost positive that's Carl, but I can't be sure. I call out his name again, but it's almost a whisper in my throat. I clasp my paws together against my chest, eyes flicking to each doorway as I slowly move down the hall, not wanting Carl to get the jump on me. I finally get to the crawl space door. I pick up a rhythmic thumping, along with the scrapes and muttering. That is so much clearer now. This, I think, would be Carl.
Bury inside. Help.
I shiver. Carl, this isn't funny. Again, my voice is weak and unconvincing. He probably didn't even hear me. Another thump almost shakes the house and I jump. What the hell is he doing? Is it even Carl? Did whoever is down there murder him and now is in the process of burying his body? The fear is too much, and I know I have to open the door now and put an end to this stupid prank, or else I'm gonna call 911 and make everything worse. With each step I take towards the door, it feels like the air is getting more electrified. The charge making my fur stand on end all over my body. As soon as I touch the tiny knob to the door and start to pull it open, though, the sound stops. I freeze, listening hard. I get the feeling that whatever's down there is doing the exact same thing. Then I hear a series of thuds as whatever it is runs at the door. I fall back and can't help myself from shrieking, landing on my ass and scooting backwards with my paws and feet. The door flies open, and I'm face to face with a dusty Carl. Carl, what the fuck? I scream at him, my chest heaving as I clutch it, like I'm about to have a heart attack, and I cannot scream in real life because it is almost 10 p.m. and my neighbors will hear it.
Hooray!
He looks confused, looking around, then back at me, breathing hard to himself.
I was just...
I wait, but he doesn't say anything. Were you holding a ritual without me? I thought we promised we'd summon the demons together, Carl.
The ritual.
You're not gonna do this with Flynn instead, are you?
No, I totally made sure Flynn wasn't a blood sacrifice.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah, you're right. Wait, I thought we were agreeing on TJ, because, you know, TJ was, like, pretty
No,
kind
now
of
we know.
easy.
Now we know why Leo isn't in the rest of this route.
Oh, don't worry. TJ's next.
Ah, okay. There's white dust all over his horns and on his shoulders. Just what? I yell at him again and he jumps. I'd feel bad if I wasn't so freaked.
I sleepwalk sometimes, okay?
I debate whether or not to accept that as an answer, but he looks confused enough that it just might be true. You scared the shit out of me. Carl moves out of the crawl space, leaning over to brush his head off.
You scared the shit out of me. I didn't know where I was.
I slowly get to my feet, still breathing heavily. What is that stuff? What were you doing in there?
Just dust. It's dirty down there.
Again, I feel like he's leaving stuff out. I try to look past him into the crawl space, but he closes the door.
Come on. I need a smoke after that.
I stand back to let him pass, tempted to open the door again. He grabs my arm when he sees me looking, though.
Seriously, dude, let's go. I don't really want to be alone in this house right now, please.
I look at him, and I can tell he's definitely freaked out. I would be too if I woke up in that crawl space. Yeah, let's go. Slowly, I follow him, looking back at the door before flicking off the light.
Thursday.
Oh my god, we did it. We made it to friggin' Thursday.
We made it! Thursday!
Yeah, we're definitely done for the night. Alright, we're gonna save over the kiss. Yeah, I'm overriding that one.
Mwah.
Alright, yeah.
Mwah. It's fun watching the red lines of the recording just go up and down while I go mwah.
Jeez.
Mwah.
I'm gonna mute you.
Alright, well, say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Hey.